Hello, hello. Good afternoon, good morning, good night, whenever, wherever you may be tuning in to our video here. Join with me on the live stream our core contributors, Amy and Tyler. Welcome. Good afternoon, Amy and Tyler.
Hey, good to be here.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone.
And we've got not a lot of agenda prepared today, and I'm going to hop right in and get started here. We use Notion for keeping track of all of our stuff, and I'm going to just bring open our Notion page. I put a link in there on, at least on the Solar EV Co-op DAO, and that's one of the things I probably should use. Let me throw it in there on the restream, because I think that that'll actually go to all of the channels instead of just the YouTube channel. So let me go into the studio here. Here's the agenda and meeting notes. So let's see if that got in there. It did. Awesome. Cool. Okay. Anyway, keep on going here. So one of the things that I did, and this is something that I'm going to keep on bringing up, because today we're actually going to be working on the second of 3 team submissions that we're doing for HeroX American Made Challenges, and I'll break that down more here in a minute. And what I was wanting to talk about, let me make this a little bit bigger for everybody on the live stream here, is that we're still accepting new teammates for Solar EV Project. And this is one of the things we'll actually be talking about, a kickoff event for the Community Energy Innovation Prize here momentarily. And anyway, I've also got if you're interested in joining our team, feel free to grab a time slot on my calendar here so that I can kind of help get you acclimated as far as how that you can begin contributing as quick as possible. So this is one of the things that I just created here that will be hopefully make it easier for seeing the upcoming events and opportunities. So this is also something that you can find on our project homepage, which right now we've got at solarevcoop.org, which redirects to our link tree. And this is the Notion page that I'm talking about here. I also created a playlist on YouTube for the working groups and office hours, part of our We Biddle in Public and our radical transparency ethos. So the one that we're working on today is the Community Power Accelerator Round 2, which has a submission deadline of October the 4th. And here's our team page here. And let me see, let's see what we've got here. So I actually am going to promote myself to the team captain over here, because this is, like I said, we're going to work on our submission here during the live stream momentarily. So let me go ahead and close that. We'll come back to that. And getting back to the Notion page here. So this is the working group, the meeting notes for today that we're on right now. And this page, this blue box here, is something that, well, actually this is what I wanted to show over here. So this is what it looks like when you're looking at a web page of our project page. So this box here is one that will be visible. This does have a toggle headings. So this is the biggest thing that I modified on our project homepage. And this is, again, the desire of making the upcoming events easier to find and know about. We're working on creating a better page on our homepage that you can opt into events and get emails within our system there, but that's a work in progress that we'll be talking a lot more about here in Q4, which we are officially in today, Sunday, October 1st, 2024. So getting back to our Notion page. So upcoming here this next week is we've got, and this is one of the things I'm personally committed to being an expert within community solar. And there's 2 tracks within the Community Energy Innovation Prize. That's the one that has the deadline of February 2nd of 2024. And that's the one that we'll really be talking a lot about here throughout 2023 as we're heading towards 2024. So that's the collegiate track. We're not going to be personally submitting for solar EV on the collegiate track. But as I mentioned on our conversation, we have an immense amount of opportunity to collaborate and partner with other key stakeholders within the community. Colleges are key stakeholders within all of our local communities. So this is something that I don't know if I'm going to personally be able to participate in tomorrow during the live webinar. It's 1 to 2 Mountain Time tomorrow, but there's a link to register for that. I'm going to go ahead and register. I don't think I've registered quite yet. Hopefully that will be landing and potentially grubbing on some Nacho Daddy in Las Vegas. So moving on, the next thing, and this is literally something that just added to the calendar. Let me see if I can find the web page that I did that under here. So BitGreen Blockchain are somebody that has their own blockchain, and here's the link to their Medium, BitGreen Blockchain. It's BitGreen Official on Medium if you want to see their blog, and I'll throw this in our live stream as well. So we have a conversation tomorrow at 2:30, and here's the Notion page that I created to keep track of any of the notes surrounding. If this is something that you're interested in participating, and as I mentioned, Tyler and Amy, I'll be sending this an invitation to your calendar for sure, but send me a DM. This is something that I'll circulate on our LinkedIn Solar EV group chat as well. So the thing that I'm really excited about moving on here, I'm really excited about that conversation, the carbon credits and the tax equity credits and doing those on chain. I think that that's one of the big value propositions from a technology aspect that we'll be bringing to community solar. And not only that, but the community owned aspect with our plans of tokenizing distributed energy resources that we will be creating. So anyway, we're going to be having a kickoff event for the Community Energy Innovation Prize. And this is going to be our first hybrid event for solar EV. And this is one that we're going to be doing in person here at the CryptoRado co-working space. And I've got a Let Us Meet created. This is something that I'll share on the live stream. Please add your availability to the Let Us Meet. And that's for, again, and I'll put this on the Zoom here. Go ahead and please do that, Amy and Tyler. And what do I mean by a hybrid event? So that's one that we'll be hosting in person, but then also facilitating via Zoom. Amy, that doesn't have geographic proximity to us here with her presence in Tennessee, obviously it doesn't make sense for her to attend a hybrid event in Denver when we can facilitate that conversation remotely. So this is going to be on Friday, time TBD, and this is October 6th, 2023. So getting back to our agenda here. So one of the things too that we decided for now until the foreseeable future, this time slot, the 2 to 4 Mountain Time slot on Sunday is going to be our normally scheduled working groups for building solar EV. This is now our 9th working group. Not all of them were focused on solar EV. We started off talking about quad co-op, not going to dissect that right now. So then our next working group, it will be on the Sunday, next Sunday. So coming up then the following week. So one of the things, office hours, and this is one of the things that I'm really hoping we'll see some distinguishment as far as what our office hours will look like. And the vision for our office hours is to provide a more casual format that people can come and ask some questions where we might not go off or on a detailed agenda. Like today, we've got a fairly detailed agenda that we're wanting to go through. And then we'll also have some fallback agenda for conversation as well, if there's not anything that people bring forward during our Zoom. So I've got this Let Us Meet for Monday to Wednesday, and this is just, we'll schedule that based upon the availability that people add for the Let Us Meet. And let me go ahead and copy the link here, link to office hours, and that's OH number 5, our 5th office hours, Let Us Meet. And this is like, all of the stuff that we do is optional. And one of the things that we are doing with both the working groups and the office hours for our radical transparency and building in public ethos is we're going to be doing that via Zoom and live stream. So the next big thing that is a Hero X American Made Challenge opportunity is the webinar. And this is the one that will be our 3rd of 3 that we'll be submitting for our Hero X prize. And here's the link for the registration. I'll throw this in the Zoom chat as well as the live stream chat. And I'm sure that this one will be recorded, and we're going to be submitting on the community. We're obviously not doing any manufacturing with solar EV, so it'll be on the community track for Community Energy Innovation Prize. So that's the webinar on, and that's going to be abbreviated CEIP. And I don't know how much that we'll use that within Notion. So anyway, that's the upcoming opportunities for participating. So that's me reviewing the upcoming events. Tyler or Amy, do you want to chime on any of these upcoming events before we move on to the next topic?
No, it sounds good.
I think I'll register for the one tomorrow. I'll click the link that you just sent.
Thank you, Amy. And again, finding colleges that are participating in this will be very easy conversations, because while we're focused on Colorado for launching our project, we're absolutely wanting to build a model that we can roll out on a nationwide basis in 2025 and beyond. So anyway, moving on with our agenda here. So I'll come back to this. This is another thing that you will see throughout all of our working groups and office hours and on our project homepage, and we'll come back to this. So submitting for 3 Hero X American Made Challenges. So we just finished our team submission for Solar Prize Round 7, and we'll submit, show that. And I already showed a little bit for let me go back to this page here. So the Community Power Accelerator, this is the one that we're going to be talking about here more today. And I'll make sure that everybody, because it looks like we've got a couple team contributors that have not joined the Community Power Accelerator Round 2. So one of the things that I wanted to show on this, and I'll actually is resources. So this is something, I'll talk about the resources for the community energy innovation, but the teaming database, this is something that I did add our project to, and this is one of the things that I just wanted to, let me make this a little bit bigger here. And I'm going to make sure that we get this spreadsheet saved as well, but this is the row, and I wanted to show what I added here for our project.
Jason, are you on mute?
I have been. Wow. I'm thanks for catching that, Tyler. I'm not going to regroup on that. I'm going to just keep on moving on. So I'll send an email with these 3 items so that you all can review these offline. I think that these 3 things, the description, the ideal teaming partner, and the additional information most succinctly describe our solar EV project. So I'm going to go ahead and get back to the agenda over here. I actually, before I do that, this is one of the things I wanted to look at the resources for the Community Energy Innovation. So the Community Energy Innovation Prize is the one that has the deadline for February. And this is one of the things that I would really encourage people on our team to review the official rules and also understand who the power connectors are. And this is one of the things that we will collectively come up with a strategy for interfacing with the power connectors. And we'll incorporate these templates into our submission as well. So anyway, getting back to our agenda here. So this is one of the things that I was wanting to briefly review the team submission for Solar Prize Round 7. So this was the Solar Prize Round 7 is the first of 3 that we just did our team submission for. And I'm going to see, so your entry, I'm going to see what we can actually see here. So this is, I guess, what I was wanting to review. Let me make this bigger for everybody on the other end. So thanks for submitting your team entry for the Solar Prize Round 7. We've got it safe and sound. Good luck. And before I continue on, let me actually go to the timeline of this too. So let's see, timeline. So September 27th, submission submitted, submission deadline, judging, you are here, judging closed, contest winner. So we won't know the determination on this until December 6th. So looking at the timeline here, and this is one of the things that I'm really excited that we'll be able to review our submission. That would be amazing if we win, but regardless of whether we win or not, we are also going to be submitting on the Community Energy Innovation Prize, which doesn't have a deadline until February 2nd. So going back to Solar Prize Round 7, our submission, this was our official project title, short description, decentralized community solar and EV charging for gig workers, building community owned and operated distributed energy resources. And I'm going to take some of this off real quick here because it might have some contact information. Let's see, team, it does, and that's what I'm scrolling past right now. So here's the submission package. This is the 90-second video. Let me see if I can actually show this asset in this tab here. So let me just save this in submission folder. Submission. Save. Okay. So this was our officially submitted PDF that I just downloaded. This was the banner that Double D put together. Video, cover page, written narrative. So this is actually our response. So this is when we included our response. And I'm not going to go into details. This is something I sent a link to everybody too. So let me go actually to move on with our agenda. And if anybody's got any questions on this, this will be a lot more, make a lot more sense here when we get to our current one. for Community Power Accelerator. And I'm going to actually open this on my profile here real quick. So this is with me being logged in over here. I just made myself the team captain, and this is where we can begin the entry. So here we go. This is one of the things that I was actually wanting to do for Solar Prize Round 7 during what would have been working group number 9. But again, that got derailed and we had to submit that from the Kimberling City Public Library. So anyway, begin entry.
Okay, while you're doing that, I just want you to know, Amy, that the Kimberling City Public Library has a wall of VHS tapes. It's pretty magical. So no excuses why we can't get it done. We got it done next to a wall of VHS tapes.
And that's only because our condo had such awful Wi-Fi that we couldn't get it done there on our condo Wi-Fi. So we had to drive up the street to the community library that had a VHS library or VHS tapes for checking out. True story.
We still have them here in Memphis too.
VHS at your community library?
Uh-huh.
We're all update here in Denver. All of our libraries have like Blu-rays and stuff. So I was just gonna, the reason that I was wanting to bring this up is because I was just planning on copying and pasting here for most of this. So that's actually what I'm gonna get in the window, is just copying and pasting here. So the way that this worked, and this is something that is nice, is that we can save it and update it later, so we don't have to have this all submitted here. So how did you like this short description that I provided? The decentralized community solar and EV charging for gig workers, building community owned and operated distributed energy resources. And keep in mind here, 140 characters is the limit.
That looks good, Jason.
Awesome. So let me see here, image. I'm not going to do that right now. How did you hear about this challenge? We submitted a, we have previously submitted 01Oct American made challenge team submissions. Eligibility, submit as a team, representative. So we are submitting this as Web3 Freedom Club DAO. I agree. And we'll be having a lot more conversations here. We've been in a rush with here, all of these working groups, I really feel, have been kind of rushed with the timeline of submitting, and then that just amplified with us pivoting from Quad Co-op to Solar EV. And Quad Co-op is one that I'm still really excited about. Solar EV is one of the 4 cooperatives within Quad Co-op. So to receive prize money, the competitor must be a member of the National Community Solar Partnership. So this is something that I'm going to go ahead and check this box right now. I haven't, I'm still personally going through the process myself. So I acknowledge that if I am selected as a phase 1 member, a member of my organization team will be required for phase 2 award to participate in the Community Power Learning Lab starting in January 2024. So I'm going to go ahead and check that. Cover page, organization information. All right, I'm going to come back to this later. So here's the template. I'm going to open this in the other tab because I don't even think I've downloaded this and uploaded it yet. Probably just do that here. PowerPoint summary slide. So that's one. I really like the one that we created. Let me actually bring that up here real quick for everybody. So this is where we've got this on Google. And I'll actually just go to the folder. So here was the other assets that actually submitted. So this is what I was wanting to. Oh man, I hope it didn't submit multiple pages. If it did, oops. I will make sure that that doesn't happen here for this. So let me just do this in a view. So this was our final one pager for solar EV. And I really like this. And I'm actually even thinking of breaking out this quadrant down here into a piece of content for understanding the solar EV site selection process for Colorado. Because using these criteria here, we've really shortlisted 3 zones in Colorado that we're wanting to focus on. And that's basically so that we can stack as many of these green energy credits and incentives. So as far as this one pager, I really like this one pager. Got some positive feedback from Eric, who recently joined our solar EV project. Through this was an email that I sent him through that teaming database that I just showed everybody earlier. So anyway, I'm gonna go back to our so I guess I might as well just go ahead and so here's a one pager that Double D is working on. That's kind of cool. This is the first time that I've seen this. Let me download. Anyway, I'll come back to this later. Make sure that I get the PDF because it looks like the submitted here actually had 3 pages in it instead of the 1 page. Anyway, so I'll come back to that. So introduction to community, this is one of the things that I wanted to look at here. Introduction to community solar course, registered email. At least one member of the lead organization must complete the introduction to community solar course and submit to HeroX the email they use to register for the course as well. So it looks like we only have to have one member. And this is something that I'm going to actually take a screenshot for. So this is kind of a question that has been up for conversation as well. So you started going through that, Amy. How much of it did you get done?
I'm done with all the quizzes, not unless there's any more. There was 2 that I finished, not unless there's any more after this question that I screenshot to you that needs kind of like a group answer to be all the same. So
Okay,
we
cool.
need to meet on that. I don't know when, because the submission is when, October 4th?
It is, and this is really the
Yeah.
last working group that
So
we've
go
got.
through it and see because I cannot proceed without us having the same answers because I have to type in the answers.
Gotcha. So
So each and every
anyway,
one of us should have same answers on that area.
yeah, and this looks like it's kind of a form field here as far as what we can populate, because I would really like most of us to go through and have this completed, because one of the nice things about this course is that it creates a common knowledge base that we can, operate from. One of the questions that I have, and I'll actually send an email to the facilitator from the university side, is will people have access to this that are joining our team? Because we're not creating this team just within this window. So I'm curious to see if people will have access, our team contributors, access to this going forward. Because this is a resource, like I said, that I think would be really beneficial for our contributors. And one of the things that I'm wanting to do, and let me actually just do that here, since this is a working group. We haven't been talking that much about DWork right now because we've kind of been, and we're not going to talk that much about it right now, but DWork is the task management tool that we use for tracking tasks. And I'm going to create a task for this here within Solar EV. This is our Solar EV team submission. So I'm going to go ahead and create a complete the what is this called again? Introduction to Community Solar course. Complete the online course. Introduction to Community Solar. And permissions, multiple submissions, save. And this is going to be a urgent. We're going to put this 4 tags: personal development, online course, create. So here's the DWork task that just created. I'm going to link this up, copy task link. And this is where to, let me add this to our Notion agenda here. So let's see. So course and introduction to Community Solar. And this is a DWork task. DWork task. So the reason that I wanted to do this here on our working group is that we do reward incentives. Solar EV, Web3 Freedom Club, we are a tokenized organization, and we do love creating token incentives for this. And we're going to have 100 tokens. And the great thing about this project, the way that we're doing it, is that each thing is going to be like a 4 or 5x. And this is one of the things that we're wanting to true up a little bit here after we get the submission done for the October the 4th deadline. So then that's what I was just talking about here. So there's the link for that DWork task. So going back to the Community Power Accelerator, and I hope that I didn't click through something and save my entry. Let's see if I had that going. I think that I had that saved already. I'll have to come back to that because I think I've got a tab open that's got that in there. Oh yes, right here. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and click on save. Save and preview. Okay, so that's what happens when I get some tab sprawl going on there. See, I did that in a tab. I'm going to close out this tab. Make this a little bigger here. So submission form is not complete. Please fill in all the required fills. So this is what we've got right now, and this is something that will come back and continue. So one of the things that I liked about this is that it provided all of the bullets here, and this is one of the things that will decrease when we fill in some of these details. And I'm not going to go in to some of these details. One of the things that may be an opportunity is ADL Ventures. I don't know if they're going to be able to potentially provide support here. But did you, Tyler, or Amy want to chime in on our work in progress submission right now?
I think we have a lot of this done from our last submission, so
We absolutely do. And just to reiterate, when we made the decision several weeks ago, we agreed that we were mostly going to copy and paste our narrative that we submitted for Solar Prize Round 7 for Community Power Accelerator Round 2. So and it looks like about the only thing that is different from the submission is the community solar course. Otherwise, we're just planning on submitting the all of the same stuff. I think the opportunity right now is to digress and see if there may be an opportunity to potentially receive support from ADL Ventures. And that's kind of what I would like to do right now. So this is something here to name, title, and experience level of proposed phase 2 learning lab participant. So this is something, I don't know if we will have the opportunity for several of us to participate in. That's something that we should potentially find out. I don't know if it will necessarily matter unless we progress to phase 2 of this contest. So did you want to chime in on any of the submission here for Community Power Accelerator Round 2, Amy, but before we digress to this bullet point here, ADL Ventures?
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay,
Like
cool.
like y'all said, we just cut and paste what we have, and we'll just add what we need to add.
Yeah, and the big opportunity here is that we're going to have 2 opportunities now from Solar Prize Round 7, and let's actually just real quick go and take a look here for the timeline for Community Power Accelerator Round 2. So going to the timeline, I'm going to throw this in the link here for all of our timeline for Community Power Accelerator Round 2. So submission deadline, October 4th, judging closed, phase 1 winner announcement. So this is also where we will receive determination and hopefully feedback prior to our February 2nd submission deadline for the Community Energy Innovation Prize. So here's our work in progress team submission, Solar EV, Decentralized Community Solar. And this is where I was wanting to go to the resources. And this is something that I would encourage everybody to come look at. So the informational webinar, the recording and the slides, the introduction to community solar. So this is one of the things, the template narrative. I don't know if there's any different between these, and there's 2 there's a narrative and a portfolio narrative. So this is one of the things that I'm not going to spend some time here during the course of this to figure out. One of the things that I did want to look at was the official rules. I was trying to see if there was the connector resources. Let me see if there's a FAQ. Is there any restriction on how I spend the cash prize funds? Know if you're a contest, you're receiving the prize for meeting or exceeding the contest goals. So that's one of the things that we will absolutely be good stewards of the prize money, because we're planning on doing our security token offering for solar EV here in Colorado in Q1 of 2024. And the funds that we receive will be used for launching that. So who are the connectors? Who are power connectors? So this is something that it doesn't look like that there are specific resources, and I'm not sure why ADL Ventures was singled out in this submission. And let me go back to that here real quick. So that was one of the things that was one of the questions. Were you provided support by ADL Ventures? Let me go into the it's just a yes, no, and a unsure. So anyway, this is something that is an opportunity again to look at. I'm feeling pretty good about what we've got as far as the copy and paste stuff. I'll take a look and have a better understanding. I don't want to take time here during this live stream to understand those two things that I was talking about there. The portfolio narrative and just the narrative. So let's see, guidelines. So anyway, this is something that I'm okay cutting short here today for our working group. Tyler and I have to pack for Vegas. Was wanting to begin the submission and just see if there was any gotchas as far as the submission. So I'm good with cutting this off earlier, unless Tyler, you or Amy had some additional things that you wanted to go over.
Now, are we close enough that we can get this thing submitted on time?
Yeah, absolutely. The main thing is getting some sync up, and that's, I think, one of the questions that Eric had as well, and we can take that conversation offline. I'll have a better understanding when I've gotten to that point myself. So we talked about the introduction to community solar course, reviewed the requirements, we begun the team submission. That's all that I had for our agenda today.
We can cut early so y'all can have get ready for your trip and be safe and enjoy Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas.
Absolutely.
What happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Well, I will probably be doing some, I'm perpetually working, as Tyler can attest to, and it's a work trip, not a solar EV related work trip, but that's something that, as I told Tyler, it will only be a matter of time till we incorporate the stuff in there. I'm going to just take a look here. I saw a notification here from the upcoming events. That's what I was just talking about. So anyway, I'm going to pull open our video thumbnail, and I hear Brooke waking up, so this is an even better time to bid adieu here. We've got all of the events. I'm going to work on getting a summary email out, because I know that a good portion of the team wasn't able to participate due to prior commitments today. But on that note, Everybody have a good rest of your Sunday, and until our next working group next Sunday, we'll also have our kickoff event on Friday here, which will be our first hybrid event. Looking forward to that. Fill out to let us meet for that.
All right. Thanks, Jason.
Bye, guys. Thank you
Goodbye.
very much.